But all right, it's time for episode 18 of the Strawberry Milk Podcast in the morning, because we usually record these in the dead of night when the birds are sleeping. But I gave them some treats to shut their little asses up.
We closed the door.
Yep.
We sentenced them to sit and think about what they've done.
It's nice and humid in there for them.
Their crimes.
What are their crimes, babe? Tweeting?
Yes.
Chirping?
Screaming.
Being adorable?
Screeching, almost.
As adorable little bastards?
Yeah.
But
it's been a good morning so far.
Yeah, it's been. What do we went down to Sun Village Donuts.
Well, I got to name drop them.
Well, don't give a fuck.
Okay. Yeah, we went down to the donut place, and it's amazing. It's very busy today, I guess, because, well, Father's Day, so it makes sense. I got a little croissant, Sammy, right? Egg, cheese, ham, delicious.
Man, fuck a croissant. It's all about the sourdough, baby.
You could just make a sourdough sandwich.
Nah, sourdough, turkey, jalapeno cheese. That's what you need.
It's not even breakfasty.
It is breakfasty.
It's
what are you
just
talking
a sandwich.
about? So is yours.
No, I got egg.
You got egg?
Yeah.
See, now I trust about everything from that place. I would not trust an egg.
I had a ham.
Shit's popping out the
I
chicken with salmonella.
I had ham, egg, and cheese.
If you just told them, why are you repeating it?
Because I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, but why are you telling them?
I'm going to commit an act of violence.
Against what?
You.
Me. On air?
I'm going to sneeze.
Not
really
live?
loudly.
Pre-recorded?
Pre-recorded.
Yeah, you already fucking sneezed the last time.
Did.
We keep having to redo these cold opens. You either give me no energy at all, or you fucking sneeze.
Dude, I don't know. It's probably... Did you spray the thing?
Yeah, once 20 minutes ago when we
then
got
why
home.
Is it only now bothering me? What the fuck?
Because your beautiful nose has terrible sinuses.
Yeah, it really does.
You ain't built for this world, babe.
You know, apparently a way that you can deal with sinuses is they put a balloon in your sinuses and blow it up, and that way it just stays open.
You know what?
And that sounds like it would feel so good.
That doesn't sound too far fetched, because that's the thing they do with heart attacks.
Really?
Yeah, they it's called like ballooning something, but literally, yeah, they put like a little thing.
Yeah.
It's like part of bypass surgery, I guess. They put like a little thing. Well, they give you anti-clotting medicine, and they put like a little tube into, I guess, your heart or like an artery or something, and they blow it up. Not with, I guess they don't use air. They do something, but it expands and it lets all that plaque and shit.
God, that's gotta feel so good.
Imagine this dude's like, oh man, I always feel so fucking tired. I don't know why. Has a heart attack, and he sees them doing it somehow because he's not asleep in this scenario. And he's just like, I feel so brand new.
Literally, dude.
Fucking drops dead.
I'm just picturing what it would feel like to get, like, my sinuses just opened up. And, oh my god, that sounds like it'd be so good.
Well, if you use the nettle pot, whatever the fuck it's called.
I hate that.
I guess it could also fuck you up if you don't do it right.
My stepdad uses it, like, every morning. So he never has any sinus issues because he uses it every morning.
What if I take your sinuses out of you?
That'd be so nice.
No, I just take them.
You can't.
Why?
You need them.
I know where they're at.
I know.
I just take them.
Just what?
Fry them up.
Because my mom was like, because my mom gets chronic sinus infections, which means I also get chronic sinus infections.
Your mother gets chronic everything. Y'all are some sick motherfuckers.
Yeah, something our ancestors did in their past lives, just not hitting until us, I guess. But
I mean, I wonder what it could be that y'all did in your past lives.
Hey,
Why
France. Nothing bad ever happened in France. But, oh no, actually, Ireland is on my mom's side, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm double Irish.
Double Irish?
Anyway.
Double the Irish?
Double the Irish.
Well, luck cancels out. That's why you got as much bad luck as I do. But anyway.
That's what my mom was telling me, that we have neutral luck.
Neutral luck? That's no luck at all. That's not neutral luck.
No, because we make our own luck.
Y'all make shit luck.
I have to counteract yours.
No, you counteract your own. You know who has good luck? Penny.
Penny has very good luck.
Got trampled by a horse. Lived, right?
With no medical attention for 2 days?
Yeah, only spent fucking a few days in, what was it, like a few days or was it like a month or something?
A few days in the hospital, then just right to a foster mom.
And then a few weeks later, because she was only there for because she was new.
Yes, so
she was there for a week or so, huh?
Yeah, she was born on Halloween,
Halloween
right?
2019.
Love her.
No,
2019.
2019?
No,
yeah, because we got her in March of 2021. So
yeah,
2019, yeah. So
and then a year later in November, she got trampled by a horse, and the people who owned the ranch or farm or whatever were like, "That's not our cat. I don't fucking care," right? But a rescue heard about it, so they took her to the vet, amputated her at her little cat wrist, and then just gave her to a rescue. And then we saw her, and she was on there for a couple months, actually.
She was on there for a few months?
No, from December. Because I saw her posted when I was scrolling on the Foundling Kitten Society. That was the Instagram. On like the back, and they picked her up in like December-y, November-y.
You didn't show me her until.
Like, no, because I didn't see her.
How do you know that she was on there?
Because I stalked them.
If my love, you're confusing me here. If you didn't know she was on there until when you showed me to her, how do you know that she was there?
Because I retroactively scrolled through their Instagram. And
I'm thinking you're on the adoption site this whole time. I'm like, don't put a fucking Best Buy date on here.
No. Sorry. That's why I said the Instagram.
I didn't hear that.
Oh. Yeah, so I scrolled back on the Instagram.
Lost in your eyes.
Aww. I'm looking at the cat. I'm not even looking at you.
You fucking suck. God damn it. How are we supposed to give the illusion that we're a perfect podcasting couple?
Because by saying it, we're a perfect podcasting couple.
We're the best. We're the most powerhouse couple on the internet.
Anyway, we're girl bossing and we're slaying. She gave. And anyway, so oh
my god.
So she was like a little over a year, and then in November amputated it. By March, she was ours. She has already had really good mobility, but it's gotten a lot better even since we've had her, because obviously she's been dealing with this only a couple more months than we've been watching her deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool to see how she adapts around it. But she's so cute. Oh, hi.
It is really nice. Immediately when we got her, like I remember it like it was yesterday.
It's pretty slow.
We had just moved in together because we got here in February, and we got her like March 20 something.
3rd.
We got her March 3rd.
Yeah.
So we got her March 3rd. So literally within like a few weeks.
Yeah, February 19th we moved in.
I wanted to get, well, obviously, because one of my favorite colors is black.
Yeah.
And then yours, obviously, you want to have some ginger representation. Right.
Well, we were looking at other cats, though. We were looking at.
I know, but I'm talking about like when we started refining our search more, because we were just casting our net out there. We're both ready to have an animal to call our own, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have a similar experience with this. Where like as you're growing up, like your parents get you a pet, or there's already a pet in the family. It's not really yours, you know what I mean? Like it's not something you went and got or bought yourself. Like there's a difference between having a pet gifted to you or given to you, even if you asked for it.
Yeah.
And, a difference between you going and getting it yourself, right? And so after like looking through a bunch of different cats and seeing the type of cat that we would want, we both decided why not get something that represents both of us.
Yeah.
And that's when
I
came back from
and Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Oh no, Sweet Potato.
Beatrice was a nice black cat that had dark yellow eyes.
And Sweet Potato, his name was Sweet Potato. He had like kind of long hair,
and he was a ginger cat.
Oh my god!
He might have had some Maine Coon in him, honestly, with that fur pattern.
Pie.
But anyway, we were like,
this
is perfect. And when we finally, we
we
looked at her,
and that's rare.
Yeah, like we looked at our budget, we looked at our space and all that, and we realized that a 1-bedroom apartment is not conducive for 2 cats.
And also somebody got to them first.
Yeah, that too. But also, I don't know if I'm using
Punk
conducive right. I say words, I don't think them. But I came home from work one day, and she was like, oh my God, I just said both of our names. I just realized it. Oh, well, we're stopping this whole anonymous bullshit anyway. It's too much of a fucking pain. But anyway. Quick tangent.
Yeah.
Before, when I was like, oh my God, when you said slaying, I finally have the slaying diva skin in Overwatch. For years I refused to give any fucking money to any video game ever.
I gave money to them for the
I gave money to them for you for the sugar I did the same thing with Apex.
I was going to protect you.
You're my weakness. Nah, I'll bend my morals for you.
Oh.
But anyway, she shows me when I get home, and she's like, hey, look, I know that, we want a black and orange cat. But we can start out with one. I was like, yeah, totally. And she showed me Penelope.
Nope.
Yeah, he showed me Penelope.
No, because you're looking at Love and Justice. We even sent in the application.
I know, but this is afterwards. You're the one that showed me Penelope, and it was again.
Yeah, it was while we were in the car.
Yeah, I just gotten home from work, and we were gonna go do stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm remembering. I'm elaborating.
You're saying no as if I'm telling it wrong.
No, because I thought you were going to mention Love and Justice, too.
No, because they're not relevant to the story.
Damn.
Love and Justice were this 2 pair of kittens that were also disabled.
Blind and deaf.
Both had one. Yeah, they're blind and deaf. But because I don't really like moving a lot of furniture around, dude. I'm lazy. But the straw that broke the cat's back, if you will, is they were both incontinent. And I can deal with that. I had a small stint of raising like found kittens and stuff like that. Like I told you, I'll tell that story afterwards. So I was like, yeah, no, I can deal with that.
But they said
right?
that
You just all you got to do is put them on a schedule. You do this, you do that. But they also might have had like other conditions where because they're only blind. They were only half blind because they had lost that one eye. They're like, they might lose the other one.
No, one of them was completely blind, and the other one only had one eye.
No, I was on the phone with the lady.
Oh, what?
So they were like, the eyes that they had were still like, they can't really see all too well. It's like as if they need cat glasses.
Okay.
But they're like, they're not completely blind.
Oh.
They're like, still don't be moving stuff around, but they're not completely blind. But they're like, they might have to lose the other eyes as well. Because these guys were like worse for wear. And then they were like, they're also incontinent. And I was like, what does that mean? Because I was like, I think I know, like they can't eat by themselves. They're like, no, they can't go to the bathroom by themselves. Like, you know what? You put them on a routine, put them in the litter box. They do their thing because, they'll feel the sand because it's a natural instinct for cats to want to go in material that they can easily bury in.
Makes sense.
But I didn't want to put you through that because I was still the only one working at the time. And I was doing, this is when I was a window cleaner. So I was doing like 10 to 12 hour days.
Yeah. And also they mentioned that like they were also, there was a family that they were considering that had dealt with special cats before. Yeah,
that they specifically went out of their way to get cats like that. And from what the lady told me, they weren't too bad off. They had some money.
So we were like, oh god, I was like, no, give them to the people with money and experience.
And then that's when we found Penelope.
Oh,
her bio was adorable, calling her Queen Penelope. She says she's a very attention-loving cat, very snuggly, very this, very that. Once she gets bonded. I say unfortunately, but not in a negative connotation, due to her, having only 3 legs. It is better for her to be the only cat.
Yeah.
In a house, which I don't mind, a pet companion, whatever you want to call your animal.
Is our petty.
It's still very much like I call her my friend, bro. I have conversations with this cat. But anyway, we went, after a quick phone conversation. I was like, yeah, no, like I filled out the application. Yeah. And we got a call like that day.
Right away.
It was like a few hours later because it says it should take like a few days because, I had to put in like information for like a background check. They want to make sure I'm not like Michael Vicking these cats. But anyway, immediately, like an hour or two, like I just started, I got out of the shower, gotten changed and all that. They call us and they're like, yeah, is this, this Mr., so-and-so? I'm like, yeah, this is so-and-so. Is this, what's the face? And so they're like, yeah, she's here. We are available if you guys would like to come meet her and, finalize your decision. And then from there, we can talk about you guys, formally adopting her.
Yeah, they're like, you might even be able to take her home today. So we were like, oh my God.
And I was like,
really?
I was like, all right, bet. And I immediately got redressed. I was like, what do we need to bring? I was like, what paperwork do I need to bring? What? They're like, oh no, nothing. We already have all your stuff. You just got to bring like a cat carrier and stuff. I was like, dope. So we went to Petco. We got a cat carrier.
We got food,
treats, all that stuff. Went there, immediately fell in love with her. She was in a separate room from the other foster cats because she was still getting used to her stump. Like she was walking on it a lot more. But she was friends with this little wiener dog. It was so adorable.
She was so sweet. And she just walked right up to us?
No, she hid in her cat house for a while.
But then she came out.
And then she came out and we were giving her pets and she was hanging out and chilling. And immediately
we looked at each other.
Fell in love with this cat. And I was like, so, it was like what? Not even 20 minutes?
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, because we let her sit there and she was telling us about her and all that. And it wasn't even like,
oh, maybe, like, I don't know. Like, let's think about it. Literally, we both looked at each other and we're like, okay, yeah, let's take her home.
Like, all right,
let's
yeah.
go.
I was like, yes, I would like this cat. I would like to take her home. She was like, really? I was like, yeah, no, I was like, I know you said there's a chance we could take her home today. I was like, what do I got to do to aid? I was like, is there an extra fee?
Like, yeah, like, we'll do it. Let's go.
What's what? Like, I was prepared to drop some drop some racks on this cat.
She was like, I've never had somebody adopt a cat that quickly before.
Right.
Like, what? Why are people coming over? What?
I don't know.
Weak ass bitches.
But anyway, yeah, so she gave him a call. They let him know. They approved me right then and there. I fucking paid them the money. We put her in the cat carrier, and the rest is history. Brought her home. The first night, she did piss on our bed, but
she also snuggled us.
Yeah, a lot of stress. Like I was like, okay, you know what? A lot of stress on this animal because she was hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And my dumbass also forgot to show her where the litter box. Like we have the litter box out here, because the place is open concept, right? So we have it in a corner, and it's like one of those bigger enclosed ones because she needs a bit of a bigger space.
Because we shifted it.
But I missed the most basic part, whereas you literally pick up the cat and you put them in the litter box, and then it's like a fucking bed in Minecraft. There's spawn points anchored there. But yeah, she was hiding in the bathroom for a bit. So we gave her space. We set out water. We set out treats. We set out food. You know what I mean? And then she went into the room. Like, we let her explore what she wanted to. And then that night we go in, and I was like, does it smell like fucking cat piss in here?
Oh, on a good blanket.
Yeah, and so we take everything off, like what have you, and then, you know, like we replace it.
Up too.
We start washing and all that. No, she threw up on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's how we found out she has a sensitive stomach. God, this just sounds, everyone that hates cats is just like, Jesus Christ, right? Like,
no,
listen, bro.
Perfect. I have a Snapchat.
This is a Mexican household. We have like 60 extra pairs of blankets and sheets.
I have a Snapchat memory of her literally the next morning, and she's laying on my pillow bunting me.
Yeah.
Like, literally right away, she was like, oh, us?
Yeah.
She's like, it's us? Fuck yeah, let's do it.
And we've had her, it's 2023 now, so we've had her for 2 years and some change, almost 2.5 years.
She is one of the greatest joys in my life.
And she's
I actively look forward to coming home.
She's so much more bonded with us. I could have full-on conversations with her. She's very snuggly. She's now started doing to me what she does to you in the night, where she tries to take over 75% of, one side of the bed. But I'm not playing that shit.
I'm starting to get her used to me holding my arms around her while we're sleeping.
Yeah.
And it's so cute.
She's becoming a blanket cat. I've got her conditioned to be a lap cat now. Like, if the cat has, every cat's different. If they have the urge and the want to cuddle, they will show you signs that they're interested.
Yeah.
And so she was kind of trying to figure it out, because she's very well adapted to having only 3 legs, but there's still some stuff that she wants to do. But you can see her, she's trying to get her feet under her. She'll be like, okay, hold on. Like, and it's weird as fuck, because she'll try to walk and she'll stop herself and she'll look at her stump and she's like, okay, that's not going to work.
That's so sad.
And,
every time she's trying to get the birds, right? Because we have parakeets. She'll randomly have days where she's like, oh, yes, you are a prey animal.
Well, she won't go up to the cage. She'll lay on the bed, look up, and swipe as they're flying around.
I know, and then it was so cute because
disclaimer: the birds are like feet higher than what she's laying on.
So she tried to swipe at one with her stump, and then she just kind of looked at the stump and slowly pulled it down.
What sucks is I think she's a left, because animals have different preferences. I think she's a left-handed cat, and it's fucking hilarious.
Look at her ear; she knows we're talking about it.
But she was trying to figure out how to lay on your lap, and this is something she started doing a few months ago, because before then, she would come up, she would bunt you, and she'd be like, "Hey, pet me, love me, let me cuddle with you," and then she would put her head on your leg, and then she started putting paws on your leg. And then she would like stand on you and like look and then like sit, but she wanted to lay down. And so we got I got a pillow that was big enough to support her, put it on my legs. She would lay down on that. And then now she'll do it without it. So I think that worked.
I think it did too. Cause also she started to climb up into my tummy and my chest.
And she's very vocal. I love me a vocal cat.
Yes.
She'll talk to you. She's got her little chirps. She's still trying to enforce her own version of our bedtime for some fucking reason.
She'll literally stand in the doorway and be like,
it's like 9 or 10 p.m. and she's like, meow, bitch. We got to go to sleep, dog. She's like, I'm tired.
Oh my gosh. I have her little adoption thing. If I can read it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Meet Penelope. This green-eyed beauty is about 1 year old and is ready for her forever home. A former barn cat, her leg was crushed by a horse, and her previous owners weren't going to fix it. Fortunately, a staff member at North County Animal Hospital learned of the injury, and Penelope was relinquished there. Her front left leg has been partially amputated, but she gets around just fine, right? And you're like, oh, that sucks. Penelope is a very opinionated young lady, and her opinion is that you should give her pets now. She is affectionate and chatty, and isn't afraid to let you know exactly what's on her mind. She likely would prefer to be the only cat in your home. She's been through enough, after all, and she deserves your undivided attention. And then it's like, she's spayed, fully vaccinated, confirmed FIV negative, microchipped. We have her little cat social, and the pictures are so sweet, because look at how big, because she looks like a big cat.
Yeah.
Like, we thought she was going to be big.
Like looking at the pictures, I was like, yeah, that looks like a barn cat. Like, sturdy. She looks rough. Like, this bitch looked rough with her fur.
I mean, she was traumatized.
And the first pet, this is like the softest animal that I've ever had.
And she's so sweet.
The grace of petting. And thanks to our brushes. And like, we got her kept. Like, every time we go in, the vet's just like, yeah, have her lose like a pound or something.
He really went. Oh yeah, just try to get her to move around more. And we both looked at him, and he's like,
because she's
yeah, it's a little difficult for 3-legged cats.
Because when we got her, I think she was like 10.5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Her first vet visit, she was like 11.25. And in this previous one, she was 12. And he's like, I want her to lose a pound, which she has.
Because it'll help with her arthritis.
I slimmed her down a bit because she was already a little bit slim. She hunches over, not like Hunchback of Notre Dame, but obviously she can't fully extend her body.
Yeah.
But when she actually stretches out, like you see, she just got a big fupa. She's got a pouch. This cat has got a fucking pouch on her, which is why I think that she had her first heat before she got trampled. Because the thing with animals, right, how people have varying sizes, you either have small cats or small dogs of the same breed. Their heat and all that is basically their puberty.
Yeah.
So if they go through it, that's when they go and they get their, their quote unquote adult body. I think she had that, and then when they spayed her, and that's why she is a bit of a bigger cat.
This is the day they got her.
Oh, damn. Ooh, you can see her leg. Yeah, poor bastard. But anyway, so that works out pretty well for that. But she's so loving. She's so affectionate. Obviously, anyone that, has cats and actually pays attention to them knows that as time goes on, it's like another year, another thing of your cat basically being unlocked when it comes to how close they are to you, your bond and stuff like that. Like, yeah. And then plus we got small children in the family, so I like to desensitize her to stuff. So I'll like pet her pretty like roughly. I'll like not shake her like a fucking martini, but like move her around a bit, do some play fighting with her. And that has really helped when we have like the kids over at the house and stuff like that. And it also helps whenever we have to get her out of situations because she'll either get stuck. We got to clip her nails, or there's like something going on with her where we just have to like pick her up and hold her in a position to allow us to do what we want to do.
And what stinks is that you can tell it sometimes, like you can tell she's getting frustrated with herself. Cause like, especially like when like sometimes it's not very often, but like we'll be playing with the string, right? Which is like her favorite toy.
Yeah.
And I'll see her try to swipe at it with her left hand and she can't. And she just looks at it and I can just see her little face just get so angry.
Yeah.
You know?
She has a very fucking expressive face.
Oh, she has the perfect cat face too. She has little freckles, little pink nose. She's the most perfect little cat in the world, and I can see that you're listening to me, wretched thing. I love you.
Yeah, she's having a little cat nap, but it's the cat nap where they're still listening to you. But anyway.
I swear to God, either she's me reincarnated or I'm her reincarnated.
You birthed the cat, babe.
She's basically my child. We both have separation anxiety. You're our favorite person.
She doesn't have separation anxiety.
I know, babe. Come on, we both have problems with our ears. I love her so much. And we're both ginger, obviously.
She's got pretty good markings, too.
Gosh, I love her so much.
Oh. Now, if only she'd stop scratching the side of my fucking couches.
I'm not even mad about it.
But anyway.
23 minutes of cat talk.
23 minutes of cat talk. Hey, this is what the people come here for. It's pretty, it's Father's Day, so obviously we're going to talk about our cat.
Yeah. Ooh, big stretch.
Because as much as I'd like to make like a, Father's Day, Mother's Day themed episode, I think our parents are, private enough people to where they'd appreciate us not
I agree.
very much going into sappy detail over it. And plus, at least with my dad, I'd rather tell him in person and he'd rather get told in person. So I'm like, yeah, but anyway, shout out to all the fathers out there, man.
Woo-hoo.
Unless you're a deadbeat father, then fuck you.
Yeah,
if you're a deadbeat parent in general, fuck you.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's true. In the spirit of Father's Day, I'm wearing this very gorgeous jumpsuit that you gave me, my love.
What do you mean in the spirit of father? Are you trying to make me a father?
Yeah, because you're going to be a father one day. I'm going to wear this exact jumpsuit because we accidentally got a maternity one.
No, we didn't accidentally get the maternity one. We saw it. It was the maternity section. I was like, yeah, no, that's going to give you all the comfort and space that you need.
God, dude, maternity clothes are where it's
This is what sundresses are, except it's not a romper. Get the sundress.
Then my legs are out.
No, sundresses are long.
Maxi dress. I'd love those. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that you don't like showing off your beautiful legs. I took you shopping. We got a bunch of stuff.
No, we gotta go again. I gotta go to Goodwill.
You need more. I'm not going to Goodwill.
Tear it up in that bitch.
Listen, we do find some good stuff at Goodwill. I got this nice little crew neck sweater. I'm a fan of crew necks.
You're a big crew neck guy.
Well, my love, you got anything new going on?
Work makes me want to shoot myself in the eye.
Yeah, work makes me want to
shoot myself. And set a bomb threat for my fucking store.
Jesus Christ.
I was considering it. I was like, how much trouble would I get in?
for the NSA agent listening.
That was a joke.
That was a joke.
That was a joke.
The TikTok where it's the VTuber. She's like, I'm gonna shoot up a Walmart in Minecraft.
Yeah, it was a joke. Every person on the planet decided to go to the Starbucks.
Now hold on a second, my love.
Yeah.
So we don't have another Ghost of Tarbucks incident. I'm gonna limit you until the end of this recording block.
Fine, I got 5 minutes. I can do it.
I mean, you've got 4 minutes, 20 seconds.
First of all, somebody yesterday, this isn't even, okay, not the day before yesterday, comes in, is like, there's no seating. I'm like, yep, 2020 COVID.
This person was British.
Has been back, right? Like, I'm not even doing that accent to be a dick. Neil, I love you. Listen, this is just how it is. So, she's like, well, there's no seating. I'm like, yep. She's like, well, if there's a customer service line, let them know I'm very displeased. And I'm like, yeah, that's my top priority. Yeah, absolutely. Erminstrude, what the fuck do you want from me, right? She sits on the pallet of shit that we're pushing. Like, we're actively getting inventory out of it. And she just sits down on it. It's behind the fucking bar.
She sits her fucking butter and crumpets ass right down on the Starbucks
like, apparently
syrup.
AP had to come and be like, hey, you can't sit there. She's like, well, where am I supposed to sit? And they're like, the food court. A bench outside. That's not my fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like, it's so...
For context, this is a Starbucks that's in a Target that's attached to a mall.
And it's the only Starbucks in the entire mall. Which makes it a fucking hellscape. And, like...
Just go to Pete's.
Just go anywhere
else.
Go
to Coffee Bean.
There's a Starbucks, like, a 2-minute drive away.
Go to Dunkin'. Dunkin's better.
There's no Dunkin' here.
There's one.
Where?
It's in Oxnard.
That's the Krispy Kreme.
No, there's a Dunkin' there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's really, really frustrating, and it's like everyone is so entitled, and they all want multiple drinks, but none of them are the same, and I hate all of them, and we only have like 0.2 like cubic inches of space to make drinks, and it's everyone gets multiples, and nobody will fucking speak up or enunciate, and everybody's wrong about what they say.
I was wrong. It's in Camarillo.
And it's the most infuriating nonsense. And at the same time, it's like they just stand there at the pickup counter just staring at you like you're an exhibit at the fucking zoo.
I mean, to them you are.
No, and it's so infuriating because I wanted to just, because like the mocha, right? The mocha syrup exploded all over me because one of my coworkers changed the pump, right? Which is fine, except for the first couple pumps, when you get a new one, you have to actually get it up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't know that because nobody fucking bothered to tell me. So I'm pumping it, and it literally shoots up out of the cup all over the fucking place, all over me, all over the side of the Mastrena, just everywhere, right?
I wish I was that.
And I'm like, God, and I'm like, great, this is great. And I can hear this dad over to the right, who him and his whole family are just fucking staring at me and goes, yeah, well, it's not an easy job. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm like, then why did you order 6 Frappuccinos, Jerry?
Because he assumes that you're able to do that.
And it's literally, it was everybody. We were busy the whole day. Like, from the moment we opened, because I opened the store, right? I opened the fucking Starbucks. The moment I opened, until the moment I clocked out, even past then, just nonstop, just fucking crushing waves of people with customized drinks. And I know it's like Starbucks employee has to do their job, right? No. Y'all need to stop ordering the wrong thing and then making it my problem, right? Yeah. Grabbing other people's fucking drinks. Like, just decide what you want also before you get to the counter during a rush. Because if I have to hear one more fucking person who's been in line for 5 minutes be like, and it's like, what did you think I was going to ask you? Like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen when I said, hi, how can I help you? And you were at the counter. Because it's everybody's first day on Earth. And nobody knows. Everyone's always surprised by how much our shit costs. Yeah. Like, Starbucks is overpriced. You knew this coming in. This one lady got actually pressed with me because I had to charge her for her fucking soy milk. That's a 80 cents upcharge. She's like, well, that's not how much it normally is. And I'm like, well, that's how much it is now, bitch. She's like, well, the other Starbucks. I'm like, then go there. Don't come back. Like, it's just so infuriating. And I hate everybody. And I'm really sore. And that's all.
And that's all.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Like, I always, obviously, I never have not believed you about how stressful customer service was, having worked it before myself. Yeah. But actually getting to see the rush that you guys are hit with, I'm just like, Jesus.
That's all day, too.
I mean, people gotta have their coffee and their Starbucks,
Their fucking sugar.
Best podcast in the 805. Yeah, it's 4. us.
4.6. Which one he wasn't?
We had a 5-star rating.
I want names. I want addresses. And I will be purchasing some eggs.
I mean, we don't have a particular focus, and we can only put one type of tag to describe ourselves currently, right? So obviously we're under comedy, but I think we have a bit of a lifestyle, a bit of philosophy. Like, if once we get into, having a green screen and having the ability to get equipment for, like the videoing, which I'm going to just explain the current situation on that. And I'm going to tell everybody a story.
Oh.
Because it's been too long since I've told y'all
time.
a story. It's the one I was telling you yesterday.
Oh, story time.
The rise and fall of my candy empire. Babe.
Yes.
But anyway, the soundboard that I was looking into getting. Sorry, Penelope's come up and she's thinking about bunting the mic. Please don't, Kat. You adorable little
She's
bastard.
a part of the podcast.
She is. She's your third favorite co-host.
Penny, will you say something to the people?
And now she's just chilling. But anyway, the soundboard, right? The Amazon review section gave it pretty decent reviews. All the techie dudes on YouTube that review basically everything. But upon a little bit of further inspection, while the product does work, apparently it's not really good with audio levels, where it's kind of basically a 50-50 shot of either the sound effect coming in too low, even if you raise it up in post, or your voice getting kind of distorted by it. And it's kind of impossible to fix that in post, at least with my skill set, without it taking like several fucking hours.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to deal with that. So I'm going to save up a little bit more, and there's more, basically, streamlined audio mixers and soundboards that are out there. Obviously, everything is basically a 2-in-1 these days.
Yeah.
But it allows for more mic ports, and it would also be easier for me to hook up, because eventually when we do get video, I'm just going to use my iPhone.
Yeah.
Because I have a bunch of tripods. Not for phones, but all I have to do is buy a fucking, an attachment, and I could just stick the phone on top of the tripod.
We can make it a phone tripod.
But anyway, little update aside, it's time to tell y'all a story. Now, on this podcast, it's no secret, and it's no secret to my mother at this point either, that due to, the situation of us growing up, my siblings and I hid quite a lot of stuff from her. So much stuff. But she always seems more surprised when it's me, right? She was like, oh my God. I'm like, well, yeah, I had to present this type of character or else, get the shit beat out of me. But anyway, it's in the past. Not really. But as a child, obviously, the boy's very poor.
What?
I know.
What?
I know. News, at least on this podcast, and news to my family. But when you're poor, you realize, you're smart in some ways, but you're still a child in other ways. Not to say that you're stupid, although some kids are just fucking stupid, myself included. It's like you'll have an understanding of like, yes, this means that, like money, basically. I'm talking about money. When you are not by any means a rich person, basically you're forced to understand just the weight that these little green pieces of paper carry, and that you understand that even as a child, there are things that you want that your parents either are not going to get you because, one, they just don't think you should have it, you're not old enough for it, or they just don't have the money for it. And that's all right. I don't think there was many instances, like every kid throws fits, and I'm talking like a young kid. I don't think there was many instances of me being like, hey, we got the money for it right now. And I'm like, fuck, right? Although I'm sure my parents will, after this episode comes out, text me about it. So I took matters into my own hands, right? My mother would always suggest, like, why not do like a lemonade stand? Why not do like a Kool-Aid stand? Why not do this? Why not do that? And for a while, until I got lazier as I got older, and I was like, man, fuck this. This is pointless, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait till I can actually work a job. I did it. I was selling candy.
Woo.
I was fucking selling Kool-Aid. I was selling lemonade, right? Fucking your boy was out there hustling. I was finding ways to do it. However, and this is connected to an incident that my mother might remember from my time in elementary school. I was going, I believe it was anywhere between, oh my God, we had just gotten back to Bakersfield. And so it was either the third grade, like the tail end of it, or the beginning of fourth grade. So anywhere from third to fourth grade.
Okay.
Your boy was still selling candy. And I had found out at this point that if I got other people to help me, I would sell more candy because they knew kids that I didn't know, right? And then I allow them to keep a percentage of it. And even as a kid, I understand that people need incentives to want to do this for you, right? Like my friends are like, why the fuck would I help you? So I was like, dude, I'll just let you keep half of whatever you you make.
Yeah.
Right. And now for those of you like, well, how do you know they were telling the truth? I didn't know. Like I said, you're smart in some ways, but you're still a fucking kid in other ways. I was like, they could be shorting me. But honestly, I was just using this to get like snacks after school, buy myself a Gatorade, get like a little Lego battle pack every now and again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yourself.
Ice cream, elote, stuff like that. And so I was like, wait a minute. Why do I only have to sell candy? Right. And so it was me and like a handful of my friends were out here like pushing candy throughout the school and stuff like that. And the perk of going to a poorer school is that there's usually other people of your same race there that grew up in similar situations. So they understand the hustle. They understand the grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so this was, you guys have heard him here on the podcast before, Mr. Lopez, my elementary school principal, right? This dude had like a sharp pointy nose, like a flat back. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Oh.
By now. I'm pretty sure a lot of my teachers are dead because they were already old. Like he wasn't old, but he was definitely like 40s.
Yeah, I think he's alive.
Late 40s. You never know, man. Heart attack, kill himself, hit by a car, drugs, I don't know. He sniffled a lot, and I was like, why are you sniffling so much?
Why are you sniffling?
Like literally, it was one of the like stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you're in the 80s, might have did some coke, you know what I mean? But anyway, he was no stranger to having me in his office, right? It was either I was getting picked on by some kid, and so we'd have like a scuffle, or I'd actually get into a fight, or, you know, I would like pop off on some kid because, you know, schools are a lot like prisons, dog. They come in and everyone's already trying to establish like who's who, what's what, right? And, you know, this is when I was still like short and chubby, and so people were like, that kid, and I'm just like, no, not me. Fuck you.
Not I.
And especially moving around and going to a bunch of different schools and being the new kid myself, having to establish myself as someone not to be fucked with amongst the other kids, right?
Yeah.
And then at the same time, trying to network, be like, hey, yo, dog, I got that candy. I got some gum. You want some Cheetos. You want some of this. You want some of that. I had sodas for a little bit. Like at the height of my candy empire, one of my friends was able to get sodas and bring them, and we were able to sell that as well. It was pretty dope. Mom always thought it was just candy. And I was like, yeah, because for a while, I just stopped asking to go to the dollar store to get more and more, but that's because my friends were getting their own, and I'd let them keep a bit more when they brought the stuff back. I was a fucking criminal mastermind. But anyway, I soon realized that I could sell a lot more than candy.
Yeah.
And property aside, where this property got or not, there was one incident. It was like the fall of Rome. It was the fall of my candy empire.
Yeah.
Right. There was a watch. A specific watch.
Very specific.
That my stepfather had given me. I did not really care for this watch. He was like, do you want it? I was like, yeah. The thing didn't work.
Yeah. Well,
it just didn't work. I was like, I wonder what's wrong with this. It was still like kind of one of the windy ones, but I was, you know, a kid. I was like, I don't really want the one. He was like, if you don't want it, we're just going to throw it away or something. Right.
Yeah.
It was like one of those like knockoff Tommy Hilfiger ones you get at like Ross.
Yeah.
You know how Ross has like Tommy Hilfiger and like Polo, but it's not really.
Yeah.
You know, it just has the label. It's like fucking the fake Jordans where it shows the fucking, it shows the Jumpman, but he's in like a slightly different pose, right?
I have a fake Kanken.
Yeah.
Well, because at the peak of the art hoe phase, right, I was like, it's a cute backpack, and it fits a lot of shit. So I got a fake one off of Amazon because I don't care. And there's one girl that was like, this isn't a real Kanken. You can tell because the logo is now, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't fucking care. It's a backpack.
She just fucking bit me. Get the fuck off me, cat. I don't know why she did that.
It seems random.
Yeah, it was a little love bite. Fuck you, cat. Anyway.
Why are you looking at me? You bit him.
There was a kid. Let's call this man.
Oh, sorry. So my point was, I don't care if I have something that's not an actual fucking, like, legitimate thing. If it looks good enough, it looks good enough. And if it does its job, it does its job. I don't understand brand supremacy, though, either.
I don't know either. If it looks good, it looks good.
Exactly.
If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay, carry on, brother.
But anyway, there was this kid in my class, right? He wanted the watch, right?
Yeah.
However, we knew that there was enough people actually stealing stuff in the school, because some of them were stealing stuff for us so that we could sell it.
Yeah.
That the teachers would question, because I wore the watch like an idiot too. I wore the watch. I was like, you know what? I might as well wear it, even though I don't want it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, that's pretty cool. It was like, I'll trade you for it. And we were like, okay, well, hold on, but we need like actual money for that. Like I said, we're smart in some ways, but we're still kids in another way. Yeah. You know what I mean? fucking idiots. I was like, we need something for it. And so the official trade, right? Because he got lunch brought to him. Well, not brought to him. Like he came to school with lunch, like when we'd all sit there and we'd eat together because, the cafeteria food's cafeteria food.
Not for me, it was the rich kids that got cafeteria food.
We got, this is when we were qualified for the free lunch program. So we'd go and we got free lunch, right? But his like parents were like hooking him up with like, it was like actually like leftovers and stuff like that. And so he had like brownies, he had like dessert empanadas and stuff like that. And I was like, yo dog, I would like your desserts from your lunches for a month.
Yeah.
Right. Because we were also almost at the end of school. And I think we were moving, like mom had already told me like we were moving again. So I was like, I want your desserts. Right. Yeah. Like I said it just like that. I was like, I want your desserts. And he was like, yeah, no, totally. I'll just ask my mom and she'll give me 2. Because he was like, yeah, so I'm basically not losing anything. And I was like, dope. He was like, but wait, we have to have money. So in case the teachers say anything, right? And I was like, all right, cool. So he literally gave me $1. And I was like, yeah, no, I'll take the $1. I don't really give a fuck about this $1 because I'm about to get these dope ass desserts. And like on Fridays, right? His mother brought him like, I can't remember if it was like a Slurpee or an Icy. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, that's included, like too, like part of it. He was like, I'll give you half of it. And I was like, dope. I don't give a fuck. Because did you ever do that thing where like you ask for like water in class, but it was before waterfalls were a thing, so you like fold a bunch of paper to make a cup?
Nope.
Oh yeah, you like fold the paper.
I went to the water fountain.
You fold the paper into a cup and you drink it. Yeah, the water fountains were fucking disgusting.
Oh, see.
Yeah, you fold the paper into like a cone and it's really thick, and so I'd get some of that, right? This fucking dumbass, right? The item was hot. There's too much heat on it. There's too much attention on it. He tries to sell it to some other kid who apparently just tries to take it from him, and then they get into a fight about it. Next thing I know, I'm in the fucking office because immediately this little bitch pinned me, man.
Jesus.
Fucking snitched on me. He's like, yeah, I got it from this kid. And so Mr. Lopez is already like, oh, I got you. So we're in the fucking office. We're talking. We're doing this. Mom is laying into me. She's like, Danny gave that to you as a gift. He was like, he said he was going to throw it away. And I didn't really want it. I was like, I could do something with it. She's like, oh, you're just out here being a little fucking hustler, out here selling shit. I was like, Mom, I sell candy.
Yeah, what?
Like, what do you mean? Right? But, she was like, and all you're going to take is a fucking $1 for a watch? And I was like, yes.
Yep.
All I'm going to take is $1 for the, yep, nothing else. Absolutely.
Definitely not the desserts. Only the $1.
Yeah, luckily a parent, like, cause afterwards, obviously I saw this kid and I was like, dude, what the fuck, bro? He was like, it was an older kid. Like, it was literally like a fucking 5th or a 6th grader that he tried to sell this thing to. Cause again, the kid walked up, he's like, hey man, that's a nice watch. I'll give you some money for it. And he was like, oh, I want this. And then they like tried to snatch it and they started like shoving back and forth, and a yard duty came over. I was like, what's going on here? Right. But anyway, I held myself down. I was like, yeah, no, I was like, it was a fair deal. I don't know what's going on. That has nothing to do with me. But the word had already got out.
Damn.
I'd gotten burned. Right.
Damn.
And so while he was the snitch, our little kid brains was like, oh, he's doing business with snitches.
Yeah.
And so all of my friends pulled out of the candy game.
Damn.
And it wasn't until high school.
Damn.
It wasn't until high school that I was able to get in on another type of selling rink,
Damn.
Because I was working at this point already. I was working at the Shoe Magic and the Refresh carts with Danny. And then in my sophomore, junior year, that's when I started working at Sonic, right?
Yeah.
So this extra money that I had I was like, yeah, it's from work. I got tips, or, I got paid at Sonic, and I've been saving my money, right? And Isaac's gonna he's gonna tell mom. He's gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm like, listen, man, don't beat your kids, and they won't hide stuff for me. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, there you go. There's a little insight into my criminal empire background. Although I will say this, I never tried it myself. I was never really I never had that curiosity as a kid. Alcohol. Yeah, but that's because my parents were like, here, try this. And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Right. Obviously a bit of weed every now and then, but never pills. Everyone's like, here, have this. I was like, that doesn't seem right for me.
I'm good.
Don't want that.
The other thing that's like semi-similar was freaking. I had a good thing going with this fucking yard duty, right?
Yeah.
I loved her to this day. She might be dead. She was already in like her 70s.
They all might be fucking dead.
And she was so wonderful. And so I had a thing going because my mom would always pack me with a juicy juice. I love juicy juice, don't get me wrong, but after 8 years of every single day I had a juicy juice in my lunch, I wanted one of those chocolate milks, right?
Yeah.
And miraculously, every time I would go up, because we had a little trade table at the like in the corner of the little lunch area, right?
Yeah.
And you could put something down, you could take something, right?
Yeah.
And every time there'd be a fresh chocolate milk just sitting there. And every time I'd trade it with my apple juice. And as I got older, I started realizing, wait a minute, I think that Mrs. Harding might just genuinely be getting a chocolate milk and putting it there for me. Because no way would kids did not give up their chocolate milks.
Yeah.
Like on no planet. And there was always one. Even if there was none in if no other kids had one, there was always one at the trade table. And it would only show up once I walked up there with my apple juice. And it was like the coolest thing ever because I felt like so sneaky.
Yeah.
I was like, because mom would be like, oh, did you enjoy your lunch? I'm like, yeah. She has no idea. It was cool. But literally, like, that's the only comparable thing I have.
Oh my god. No. I think the most big brain deal I ever pulled off, right?
Yeah.
I had gotten, so did your school ever do this to where they had like all the groups or clubs would have like a sale day? Like they'd sell like Little Caesars pizzas or no. I think it wasn't called sale day. It was called something else, right? And the day prior, I had gotten home, right? Because I took the bus for part of the way home towards the end of high school. And this guy, this random cholo, walks up. And I love chewing gum, right? So I had I had some mint gum in my mouth. And he was like, hey, fool, like, you got an extra piece of gum? I was like, oh, yeah, man, here you go, right? And I was like, take 2, right? Because it was a fresh pack. I was like, take 2, dog. He's like, oh, man, I appreciated it. And he pulls out 2 Lucy's and he hands them to me. He's like, here you go.
What?
And I was like, oh, no, man, I don't smoke. And then I stopped myself. I was like, you know what? Thanks. And so I took 2 of them and I was like, I know who does smoke, right? And I was like, the sale day's coming up. I want to get some trades going on here, right? And so I traded 1 cigarette to 1 kid. That's what a Lucy is. It's just 1 cigarette. I traded 1 cigarette to a kid for half of his Little Caesars pizza because you could buy it by the slice or you could buy the whole pizza. Obviously, they upcharge you for the fuck.
Yeah.
Right? He was like, yeah, I'll give you a slice. I was like, dude, fuck you. And like, I knew this guy smoked because I had seen him, right? And so this dude was already putting, like, exaggerated, but he was already putting packs away. You know what I mean?
Poor bastard.
And I was like, no, dude. I was like, give me half. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, give me half. And he was like, come on, man. And he's like, because I guess he had gotten busted, so he hadn't had any in a few days.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I want half. He was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So he copped he handed over the 4 slices and I gave him a cigarette. And then this other, I forgot, I think it was like iced coffee or something. Like it was some type of drink. I can't remember if it was an iced coffee or if it was like a chai.
Oh, I love chai.
It was some type of
iced coffee break.
That was the weakest ice break I've ever heard, my love. We got to get a sound bite of that. But anyway, they had gotten that. And I was like, they saw that. They were like, hey, man, did you give that other kid a cigarette?
Nope.
And I was like, nah. They're like, I want to try one. I'll give you my coffee if you have another. They're like, you have another one, right? And I was like, what kind of coffee did you get? And it was vanilla, plain vanilla iced coffee. I was like, here you go, man. And like, so I went to take it from him, but I had it right here in my fingers and they had a long sleeve on. And so I was like, close your hand.
Oh.
Took it out. And so I had 4 slices of pizza and an iced coffee. Nice. And I walked into English class. And so Ignacio and I were in Spanish and we had, later on we had an English class together. It was me, him, and Will.
Okay.
But
I'm just picturing baby you and baby Ignacio.
But for this particular class, or this particular year, our English class, it was myself, Will, and this kid, Moses.
Yeah.
He was a pretty cool guy. And so, they were at lunch with me. They're like, where the fuck did you get this shit from?
Don't worry about it.
I was like, here, don't worry about it. I was like, the drink's mine. I was like, but y'all can have a slice or you want it because I had 2 tiny, the pizza, there's the big slice.
Yeah.
Right? So there were 2 big slices and there were 2 normal slices. I was like, y'all can have the big slice.
Aww.
So they got 2 big slices, and then I had the 2 smaller ones. And on that day, you could eat the food in the class because you paid for it. They're like, it's a special day.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And so after that, did that, and I was like, it was a come up, dog.
Does it come up, dog?
Yeah, that's what else you got? other kind of story. What the fuck is that sound outside? I think they're spraying something. Here, go close the window, my love, please. Thank you. And while I watch her beautiful self walk away in that new emerald green jumpsuit, I'd like to take some time and tell you guys about a new game that I'm playing by the name of God of War Ragnarok. TikTok has already ruined much of the game for me, but some of the more, I guess, intense parts of the game, I'm very much enjoying it. I don't think it will knock Ghost of Tsushima off as my favorite game, but the God of War series is already goated in my opinion, but I am very much looking forward to delivering you guys a more, I don't know, more of a put-together review than I did for Ghost of Tsushima.
I thought that was great.
I know, like, listening back to it, it was pretty great, but I was like, oh my god, I'm just all over the place with this. I actually have to take the time and write it out. But before we start wrapping up the podcast, my love, let's treat him to a quick little movie review.
No.
Well, no, we're just going to talk about the Spider-Verse.
It's
initial
very
thoughts.
good.
So yeah,
music, fantastic.
I think we very much are going to be sticking with the the Star Wars part, or the Star Wars theme that we're doing with the movie reviews right now. We've done Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One. We're going to be doing Attack of the Clones next, so look out for that one. But we'll probably take a break in the middle and talk about it's Across the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Yeah, because the first one's Into the Spider-Verse, and then now it's Across the Spider-Verse. I think we're going to do Into the Spider-Verse and then Across the Spider-Verse. So we'll probably do the prequels, and then before we get into the original trilogy, because we're doing the sequels last.
I say that we just do Across the Spider-Verse next.
No, we need to do a rewatch.
Oh, we do have to do a rewatch?
We do have to do a rewatch, and then I have to learn the correct pronunciation of
looks like we have to go on a
some
movie
of
date.
the actor and actresses' names. Or they're all actors. Yeah, learn the pronunciation of their names. Refresh
Kaluuya.
myself on my Spider-Man lore. And because I would like that to be more of a put-together one. But, oh my god, dude, it was so great. I didn't really dig the theater that we went to.
No, it was too loud.
No, the loudness was really good. I do enjoy a good surround sound system.
I hate a loud movie theater.
I don't like the seats.
Yeah.
Like,
I liked the seats. I liked the theater itself. I thought it was really cool.
It was really cool, but like, so reclining the seats all the way back, right? It was not comfortable because it's not one of those ones where you can sink yourself into. So it just props you up, and the small of your back is an S shape.
Yeah.
And so you're still kind of just floating there. And then they recline a bit too far back for a theater. And so you're like looking down like this.
It was comfy for me. It was nice.
Well, yeah, because you sit like a damn fried shrimp.
Yeah, that's how most people sit.
But then, I had to sit with like one with just my legs up, but it puts you on a toe. But I don't know. I just wasn't having a good time as far as the seating was. The drinks, the food, it's hard for a movie theater to fuck something up. I was pissed that the bar was closed.
Butter.
Shut the fuck up.
They wouldn't have enough butter.
Shut the fuck up with the butter, you damn butter fiend.
Butter. If I go to a movie theater and I say extra butter, I mean extra butter. I don't mean a little bit extra. I mean extra butter. I shouldn't have to specify. And then also the butter thing that they had on the side.
You got to specify. Talking to the microphone, my love.
That's what I just did.
You're not. You're like looking that way.
Oh.
And you just did it again. Oh my god, Penelope, get her. Sicker.
She's pouting.
She's pouting because she gave me a little love bite on my arm while she was snuggling you. Don't worry, I'll deal with that after we get off this microphone. No treats for you today, cat. But yeah, I don't know. I'd give, obviously the movie is going to be very highly rated. I love all the different little Easter eggs. The acting is actually really good. The animation, dude.
Amazing.
That thing gave us the pivot in animation that we needed.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so good. I love whenever there's a distinctive jump in the 3D animation studios. But I can't wait. But my love, I feel like we both know this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode.
Yeah.
Would you like to give us your song of the week?
I would. Let me pull it up real quick.
You're gonna pull it up, eh?
Yeah. Song of the week this week is...
Please stop doing that accent.
Oh. Fine. Okay. Let me pull it up properly. Okay, the song of the week this week is Self Love from the Metro Boomin Presents Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse album. It's very good. It's very, very good. I thought that Hummingbird would be my song of the week, but I like this one more.
Yeah, we've both been playing Hummingbird quite a bit, but I'm telling you, Self Love is a really good one.
It's so good.
Good to go. I think in the spirit of the story that I told y'all, right? Staring down, not moving, not giving up the homies, not giving a fuck. It's going to be a song from the late, great Nipsey Hussle coming off the 2013 The Marathon album.
The Marathon.
The song is I Don't Give a Fuck,
Oh,
and that's fuck with F-U-C-C.
2 C's, there's a difference, you know.
Honestly, it's just a bop. It's a banger. There's no deeper meaning behind it like I usually do with the elaboration on my songs.
Yeah.
It's just, I like it.
It's a good song.
But that being said, we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.